And we are live. Let me just make sure that we are streaming on Facebook and that everyone can see us live. Give me 1 second. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, I can see us here. Awesome.
Hello.
Edit that so everyone can have access. And now we are ready to go.
All
So,
right.
good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to a special live right here, live on Facebook Live, YouTube. We'll see if anyone actually jumps in and watches with us, but we're going to go into our discussion. Even if no one joins live, they'll be able to
Okay.
play and they'll get this positive and informative information that we are about to share.
Awesome.
So let me go on both pages and make sure we're live everywhere. So I want to also see the comments that are coming.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Got my water ready.
Awesome. I do too. So I want to also see the comments. That down. All right. Welcome,
All
everyone.
right.
Welcome.
Hey,
This
y'all.
this is an impromptu uh short notice live that we're doing, but it's really for a great cause. Today, I again want to introduce AMarie, who's a peer advocate in our community. And we are actually teaming up again to bring you a holiday writing project that I think will be very impactful during this holiday season. So, for those of you who don't know, you may be part of AMarie's audience. My name is Rachel Chinoa J, and I am the founder and executive director of engagement for Speak Initiative. Speak is a nonprofit organization that stands for suicide prevention through empowerment, action, and kindness. And it is through those three tenets that we stand in the gap as peer support for individuals who are experiencing mental health crisis or suicidal ideations or who have had past suicidal ideations. So we have a few programs that we offer, and that can be talked about at a later time, because today we are here partnering with AMarie from P.E.E.RIntention again. And she also has a great project called the Butterfly Project. And that project, I will let AMarie introduce it, and then we're going to go into what we're doing for the holiday season. Take it away.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction and also reiterating what you do, which I absolutely adore as a nonprofit and just as a community advocate. So, yes, the Butterfly Project, as Rachel was starting to describe, is my grassroots baby, I call it. It's an altruistic project. It's not a 501 or a LLC. It's something that was sprouted from the time of the pandemic from home when I was working from home. And I wanted to do something creatively and make a difference in the communities when the city shut down. And it's basically a project where I combine letter writing, note writing, notes of compassion, support, encouragement, um, from all over the world, as well as domestically, and in conjunction with some artwork. Sometimes it may be collages, sometimes it may be workshops that we do together. I've also do community paintings and things like that, community work where I may do some artwork or some design for some nonprofits that may need, some beautification. That's something new that I've been branching out with. But the core of it all is to spread love and encouragement to our families through the power of literary and visual arts. I am a emerging artist. I've always thought art was therapeutic for me. It's always been therapeutic for me ever since I was very young. And so that was my go-to when, like I said, the pandemic was happening. Um, it's 2 years old, and basically the programs that I offer are, like I said, either collage writing or just straight letter writing to specific targeted spaces, like for shelters or for hospitals or for specific holidays, like maybe Father's Day or Mother's Day or things like that. As for this too, like the winter season holidays, which is one of the toughest holidays out there, especially for, our sick, our shut in, our elderly, and those that are going through challenges with their families, and also those like myself, who I've lost family members and friends to suicide. So that's another story, but it's rooted with also that too. And in this particular project, the writing campaign, right where you are is what it's titled. And basically, it's just that you write where you are. I feel that, you can send love and spread love no matter where you are. You can write in any corner of the globe, any space, any time. And when you're writing what you feel for your heart, you're giving to others that are in need. And so um, it started last year when there was the influx of migrants that was coming in. I was thinking about the children and the teens. And so I wanted to make a campaign about writing letters of welcome and hope and that they're safe and, encouragement, because it's pretty scary when you're coming from somewhere of a high stress environment into another environment and you don't know. Domestically, that's scary. Can you imagine traveling several continents, some just to come somewhere you still don't know. And so that campaign kicked off. I received 150 letters and I collaborated with a few nonprofits that helped me. And it was a really rich experience that I appreciated. And so I wanted to do it again. But this time it was more focused on two specific um, recipients. And one was the elderly, and the other was for our young people who may be in crisis in any particular form, not necessarily migration, but whoever was looking for um, some letters and notes of encouragement for the holidays for maybe their particular organization, because children have to be part of it no matter what I'm doing.
Right.
So I pitched the idea to Chinoa, I'm sorry, to Rachel.
Okay.
And I pitched it to Rachel, and she absolutely loved it. And she was like, okay, how can we collaborate and get what would be our root, our connection to it? And that's when we started talking about what we were already doing, which was working together, because we do have Team Speak. We are on the same team for
AFS.
suicide prevention and awareness. And what happened was is that we came across a fun fact, which I will let Rachel explain, which circles back to how we connecting to the project.
Right, right. We were looking into some statistics actually, because I like numbers and I like to see exactly how communities are impacted by certain things. And
Yeah, data is everything.
unfortunately, I was not aware that the highest rate of suicide happens to be the two highest age groups are seniors over 85, and the second one is seniors 75 to 84. Coming in at a close third are younger younger age groups between 45 and 54, etc. However, then it jumps back to 65 to 74. So knowing this information and not to say we didn't take it into consideration, but it was something that sat with me for a very long time and weighed on me.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
we're all going to be a senior, hopefully, at some point in our lives. And a lot of us have seniors in our lives now, our parents, or, our aunties or uncles, whoever it may be. And even though we may have those connections with them, not all of people in these demographic groups over 85 or over 74 have the same connections that we may have with our loved ones. We go off to school, we go to college, we find jobs, we make our own lives, we have our own things going on, and sometimes they could get lost in the shuffle. And of course, as seniors or as our elders, they do not want to be looked at as a burden
Mm-hmm.
or feel like they're pressuring us to do something. And
Mm-hmm.
I, in no way, has ever felt that way about the senior population in my family and the people that I deal with. However, I do know and recognize that if that rate is so high, then there are people who have been forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Why the writing campaign that I wanted to be a part of with AMarie and P.E.E.RIntention and the Butterfly Project, it spoke to my heart so much because the theme is never forgotten. So to think about people who we may not think about or consider all the time, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to make an impact. And so, in partnering with the Butterfly Project and P.E.E.RIntention, we made calls and decided that we are going to work with a nursing home in the area. I decided to, find out how many residents they have. They have about 250, and that's just in one location. So can we? And that's a lot of people. But I think right where you are is something that everyone can do.
Mm-hmm.
Young, old, rich, poor, it doesn't cost anything. You don't even
Yeah.
have to mail a letter in. You can take a picture of it with your smartphone and text it or post it on the Butterfly Project's page. Or there's going to be a form where
Yeah.
you can actually submit your letters or your kind words. It doesn't have to be a long letter. It can
Yeah.
just be a note that says you are loved, you are
Yes.
thought of. And then we
And I
also,
can explain that.
yeah, and we
And
also want to,
I
yeah,
can explain that.
yeah, and just
And
it's just it spoke to Speak Initiative and myself so deeply that I know we had to be a part of it. And so, we've committed to getting 250 or more letters. So this is why we are live right now. We are live imploring you right before Giving Tuesday to give of your heart, give of your thought process, your mind, those kind words that you think about people and sometimes you don't say them out loud. Jot it down and consider the people that we are targeting. We're targeting the elder community in nursing homes or acute care facilities, and we're targeting
Mhm.
who may need to hear a kind word considering all of the things they've gone through in the last month or year, being uprooted, as AMarie said, out of their comfortable situations into a brand new life, right? So I
Mhm.
don't want to talk so much, but yeah, AMarie, go ahead. You can talk about the project now itself. Go deep into it if you want.
Thank you. I'm sorry for interrupting earlier.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I apologize. So Rachel pretty much said it best. But to just elaborate as to the how. The how has started and continues to start from a space where I wanted to do something. I know it's not unique, but it was something that was accessible for me at the time. And that was that through Linktree, they have a form that you can add on. It comes with Linktree. And I added that form to my Linktree in my profile as a space to send me correspondence. But for this, I used it specifically not just for correspondence, for collaboration, but for the forms to come, where it is titled Send Your Love. And so you pretty much just fill in the information that's required, which is only your name, your email, your note, which is in the text box, and your country. Now, I must stress that the information, like the emails that I get, I never share with any third party or even anything. It comes straight to my email, and I keep that sacred. I never add it to any of the letters. And when I show examples of what the forms look like or what the letters, when I say form submission received, like on my IG page, the email you will notice is not there. It's
Okay.
only the name, the text that's written, and the country. And I love adding the country because I love for people to see where the letters are coming from. That's one way. So yes, it is digital, but I wanted to make a platform for anyone, anywhere to write. And you can write in any language. Google Translate is my best friend. So,
Yes, we
and
love
I
that.
vet every letter. So if it's not appropriate, I'm not going to use
Right.
it.
Please only say
Um,
kind words.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
interesting that we have to say that, but we will say it.
Yeah.
We're looking
It's,
for kind words and words of encouragement and words of love. And
yeah.
to soften someone's heart or to just give them some space and hold space while they might not have anyone during this season or this time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the other part, another way is like Rachel said, is taking a picture. For example, I had a friend from Argentina and he took pictures of his letters and sent them to me. And I pretty much can either keep them as is and just, fix them up, or I can just rewrite them. But it's still the fact that the letters were received. I would share those recipients to show again that, see, these are letters that are coming from around the world, right where he was. He just grabbed some paper and started writing in the back of his yard. And that was it. And just took some snaps, and that's that. I had when I had an in-person session with a few people at the Rain Garden, there was a lovely lady that was volunteering there, and she actually doodled on her letters. She drew like borders around her letters, and it was just came out so beautiful. You would think she was an artist, but she's like, "No, I just do this with my letters." And it was, so you can also draw. You can make,
Yes.
make notes and make little things on them, and so those are also welcome, because sometimes it's hard to figure out, well, what exactly do I say, which I which I do plan this year to post prompts, like what to write, what ideas, how to start it, because it may be really hard for people to write to someone they don't know, or to write at all,
Right.
especially now when we're doing a lot of this.
Right.
It's not enough of this. So, um, so yes, taking a picture of your letter and sending it to my email, which is in the message section of my profile where it says contact, I think, that you can send to my email there, and it can go there, or just DM me and request my email, and I'll send it to you. The digital form that I sent, I get a notice right away, and I pretty much print them out on Canva, and I put them on nice, really pretty backgrounds and stationery. I print them out on cardstock or regular paper, and that's when I put them in envelopes so they're properly submitted. It's not just some random thing. I put them in a letter format, a formal letter format, or a formal note format, and I send it. Of course, depending on the character and the language is where I have to look to see to make sure it doesn't get
It's
um, miscrewed.
awesome.
So let's see. Yeah. So those are the main ways. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the potential live events that we hope we'll be able to have
Mm-hmm. Yes.
within this month? What, 3 weeks? We'll see what
Oh,
happens.
yes. Absolutely. Hey, a lot of things can happen in 3 weeks. A lot of things can happen in a month. It's happened before. It can happen. I got 150 letters in 2 months. I can get the. In actually a month. Actually, it was a month.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was like 6 weeks. I think it was crazy, but
We can do it.
yeah, we can do it. So I am, what would be helpful if writing circles, if community centers, churches, nonprofit spaces, um, rec centers, anywhere that they have small businesses where they may, designate a small reserve space. If you have the space to give 60 to 90 minutes, probably 60 if you're a small business, we understand, libraries, where you can have small circles of maybe 8 to 12 people. What we will just be doing is writing there. And I did suggest donations can be offered to the stores if it is a small business, if they're willing to accept. Some will be like, no, it's fine. Others may say, oh, maybe a coffee or something small, nothing big.
Right.
But if anything that's monetary, it may be that if it's a small business, or maybe even a community space to donate to their nonprofit.
Right.
Um, so yeah, and so I do have some prospects. I do have one library, and I'm looking into others, but that's where those circles would be. Most likely, they would be in the evenings, and I've also planning on doing a couple of virtual where we could do like this. We can get together on Zoom
Yeah.
and write some letters, and once we're done, I would ask everyone to just take a photo of their letter, and I can just
Awesome.
reprint it.
Awesome. I love it. I love the genuinity. I don't even know if that's a word. but I just
Genuity.
genuinely,
I think it's genuity.
yeah, there you go. That's better. Um, I like that it is something that is it's tactile. We write, we're touching something and we're producing
Mhm.
something out of it. And sometimes that means more than just, I bought you something because
Mhm.
thought into the words. So I'm hoping that the recipients or the residents that we actually are able to give these words to will feel the same love and the same energy that was put into it. So,
Yeah.
I just want to say it's important. It is important work. We're not just writing notes. We're giving them to people who are in need. So if you feel
Mhm.
that connection, if you feel like you can offer some kind words, by all means, send a note in.
Yeah.
Send it
Because
right.
remember those days. Because remember it. Think of it like this. You never ever had a day, especially now, which is probably going to happen during the holidays, where you're going to get a surprise
Right.
you didn't expect. Maybe from a coworker, maybe from a student. I know I loved getting notes, like surprise notes from my students. I
Hmm.
didn't expect them, but when I got them, they felt good.
Yeah.
They felt great. You felt seen. You felt heard, even if you're not looking for that. It's
Exactly.
just that, wow, you thought of me? There's so much going on
Right.
that even if we're very confident and strong in ourselves or whatever that is, it's nothing wrong with a little bit of sunshine that you didn't expect to come into your through your window.
Exactly.
And I can testify by doing this in the 2 years that I've done this, giving notes and giving letters of encouragement or giving a thought to someone that didn't even know
Mhm.
the facial expressions, the wow, this is for me, it's almost misbelieving that someone would care that much.
Yeah.
But that's where we are in the world. And so we can never not have enough love.
Right. Awesome. Well, we're not going to take up too much time. We've been talking for about 25 minutes and
A whole 25.
25. I thought we didn't need 25, but when it's something that is close to your heart and that really means that actually has meaning, I think I can actually talk a little bit more, but I'm not going to. If you want more information about the Right Where You Are project, our holiday love writing campaign, go to our Facebook page, our Instagram pages.
Hmm.
Speak Initiative has the graphic for Right Where You Are. I've shared it on my personal page. P.E.E.RIntention has the information as well as the Butterfly Project on Instagram.
Which
If
is
you can't
connected to my
find the
page. Yeah.
links, yes, if you can't find the links, we're going to post them after this live. And if you have any questions or information, or if you have space that you would like to work with us and donate time or donate space or anything to that effect, please feel free to reach out to us. We appreciate everyone who's watching or who may watch this video. We appreciate you giving us thought
Hmm.
and just take a even it doesn't cost anything to write a note. That's my
Hmm.
case. That's my tagline.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything to write a few words. And tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. So give yourself that opportunity to do something for someone else on Giving Tuesday. I'm hoping,
And and
yes.
give some time to speak initiative because she
Yes.
has something amazing going on tomorrow at
Yes.
Fort Washington Church in Washington
Yes,
Heights.
we do. Speak Initiative in conjunction with Fort Washington Collegiate Church and Shauna, who is one of our practitioners. We are launching the Holiday Hiatus. It's a 4-week free, again, free program of wellness. Free, 4 weeks. Um, we start tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. for about an hour and a half, or 90 minutes, something to that effect. And we will be going through practices to give you healing and reprieve during this holiday season when it can be very stressful and very emotional, right? So if you would like to join us there, the information is on our website. and on Facebook and on Instagram. But if you cannot find it, please feel free to just DM me, DM AMarie if you can't find me. We're all on every social media platform. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow and beyond. We look forward to receiving all of those wonderful notes that you're going to write. And we look forward to supporting you going forward in our advocacy and our peer work. Thank
Yes,
you
and
so much. AMarie, do you have anything else to say before we go?
I want to thank everyone who's supporting the project as well. I want to thank Shonda from Coupon Queen Pen. She is our liaison in this. She's helping us to build our support team and
Yeah,
gather information and our resources. So shout out to her as well, and shout out to everyone that's supporting the project, supporting Peer Speak Initiative, and just our communities that are just doing great things. Because my tagline is, everyday people can do extraordinary things. So
absolutely. And our new tagline for 2024 is Speak Love, Choose Life. And we do have apparel with that logo on it, with that saying. So that's it. That's all we have for today. Looking forward to
yeah,
seeing you during and stay
we
tuned
gave you lots of presents in advance today.
a lot. And stay tuned for the Empowered Pause live right here on YouTube and Facebook on Wednesday evening. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.